it could be a very entertaining first inning. It is great to have you along today. This is Marathon Baseball on ESPN Plus, the first of 4 as we get together for day 2 of activity. Great crowd today, by the way, represented nicely by folks from Hamilton and Bowling Green. No strangers, by the way, to the region tournaments as they have put together. There's the manager, Kerry Page. So he'll be okay. That'll be a bit of a nonconformist, but what the heck? The league says it's fine. We're ready to go. Both of these teams, to borrow an old phrase, foaming at the bit to play. In fact, in the case of Ohio, hasn't played a game in over 2.5 weeks. Let's see how aggressive they are at the plate. Pitch number 1, outside, ball 1. We are underway. Great to have you along wherever you're watching. There'll be a lot of baseball this morning, this afternoon, and into the night. Home plate umpire today is Kyle Watson. First base is Jamie Hinojosa. Second base, Scott Strachey, then Princelow at third, and Greg Wright serves as the alternate. This Ohio team has put together some staggering numbers. In district, they didn't allow runs scored, outscoring everybody 64-0. And over district and state, over 100 runs produced. History says that Ohio can get on top of you early. And the count favors J.J. Vogel, 3 balls and a strike. Full count. Pitched a full game to win the Ohio Little League Championship, and he was 3 for 5 with a couple of ribbies and scored 3 runs in the title game. Full count pitch towards short. Hard hop, 1 out. Good play by Camden Page, as that one could have snuck up on him. So going to limit with J.J. Vogel. Just the same, Justin Capps able to get a very important first out. Here's Cooper Clay, the shortstop. Coop got a batting cage at home, so he spends a lot of time there working on his swing. By the way, Ohio had a curfew put in place by manager Ken Coomer last night, 9 p.m. And everybody apparently lived up to it. One of the difficulties with the COVID restrictions for the players on both sides is they really can't get together and fraternize as they would typically. So therefore, friendships and relationships, trading pins, not encouraged at this point. And I suppose, considering we had no tournament last year, we should be grateful just to have one now. But that's about the only drawback that the coaches actually feel. You start with district, then on the section for some of the groups. State tournament is what they have been a part of recently. The region tournament, we are present now. And the goal, Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. What a play by Capps. 2 outs. Well, he likes to get dirty. And he didn't hit the grass on that or the mound, but he did do a leap. Nicely done by the pitcher. 2 outs in the top of the Ohio first. And another look, well deserved. Now danger here for Kentucky, Gavin Saylor. Again, hitting over 700 for district and state. Left-handed swinger, starts off strike 1. Tarrant Alley is a senior technical advisor. Now this might surprise you. He is playing for Ohio, but he's a UK basketball fan. University of Kentucky. And he's down 2 strikes. Capps will work entirely from a stretch. What a good first inning for him. Gets a strikeout and catches a difficult line drive. We will introduce you to the batting order for Kentucky when we come back. His fastball is roughly 65 miles an hour. Got a nice breaking ball. It's a hard curve for an out pitch. And when that fastball is working, he is tough to handle. Camden Page gets the first challenge for Kentucky in a scoreless game. Yesterday, left-hander Gavin Weir wowed everybody for South Dakota. He pitched a perfect game and struck out the last 9 that he faced.
Thank you.
Camden's favorite actor, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Kentucky half of the first. There's that breaking ball. 2 strikes. Kerry Page is the manager, and he is located right now at third base. Headed up the middle towards short. 1 out in the Kentucky first. Cooper Clay with the assist. Brings up the second baseman, Joseph Fentress. He is the coach's son.
Second baseman, number 4, Joseph Fentress.
And Mr. Fentress is a dugout coach here who has an interesting story. He's actually a physician. And Joseph's dad was the first to treat COVID in the Bowling Green area. This was back in March of 2020. Good news is the person that he treated survived, but certainly he has seen some of the sadness that COVID has brought about. And to a manager and to a coach, their challenges insignificant compared to the health of Benny, but they have had to basically quarantine their kids and make sure that the contact among people, kids, fans, parents, is very limited. So they're all thrilled to be out here today and get a chance to actually play. Two balls, 2 strikes on Joe Fentress. He says if he wins the lottery, he wants to buy a 1952 Mickey Mantle Topps card that sold for $5.2 million recently. That's a drop third. And there are 2 outs.
14, the pitcher, Justin.
Pitcher against pitcher here now as Justin Cappy Cap steps in. Had a drop third yesterday. It was more than interesting because the catcher at the time wasn't aware it was a drop third. Rolled the ball back to the mound, thought it was the final out. The batter did realize the ball hit the ground, raced off to first, and replay verified the fact that it was a drop third strike. Kept the inning alive, and at that particular point allowed the go-ahead run to score. Good mix of pitches so far for J.J. Vogel with a ball and a strike and 2 outs. James Yarborough would be next. Two superb pitching performances yesterday, followed by a 10-2 finale last night over the Midwest region. 2 teams from the Midwest and 2 teams here from the Great Lakes will qualify for a trip out east recently. And that was last Wednesday, so they played a doubleheader, not separated too far from them. And that allowed them to get the kinks out, give the kids a chance to feel competition again between state and region, and then turn right around and watch Georgia play Tennessee. That's good. It's real good. we alluded to this earlier. In 20 years, Hamilton, Ohio, and Bowling Green, Kentucky have by far sent the most reps to the Great Lakes region. Hamilton, Ohio, with the majority of those, 13, and Bowling Green, Kentucky with 8. And certainly if you get to this round, your chances of going on to Williamsport get significantly greater. And those two teams have had representatives in Pennsylvania in a number of years. We start the second after scoreless first with Chance Rutherford swinging at the very first pitch. A lot of foul ground there and a difficult play to be made, so he'll be able to stay alive here for the moment as Justin Capps tried to get a beat on it. And as he converged with two of his other fielders, unable to make the catch. Chance Rutherford has a very interesting superstition, the batter. He reminds his mom that she's bad luck. And of course he maneuvers his socks as well. That's an unusual way to approach a game, I suppose, but so far so good, I guess. Favorite band, Legendary Queen. Top of the second, nothing. Base hit left field. And all the way to the fence, Rutherford around first. Into second, he gets a stand-up double. Well, we told you Ohio would try to be aggressive. And while the first was unsuccessful at the plate, second inning starts off well. Here comes Mad Dog, Maddox Jones. Good stop at third base. Froze the runner for the moment. Now he heads to third. And he is safe. So goes as third base to first with the putout. And Chance Rutherford now some 60 feet away from putting Ohio on the board here with one out in the second.
13, second baseman Gage Maggard.
There's Gage Maggard. Catcher batting in the sixth position. And that hit him. The runners now at first and third for the second baseman batting in the seventh position, Noah Davidson.
Number 5, the catcher, Noah Davidson.
So let's see how Justin Capps regroups on the mound after giving up a leadoff double and then hitting a batter. Davidson never eats before a game. Now time being called for the moment. Noah with two sisters, Abby and little Ella. Josh and Nikki are the parents. Strike one, runner heading to second. Now back to first in a rundown. Let's see if Ohio tries to score a runner, and they will do exactly that. And everybody's going to be safe. Boy, did that work out well. Danny Adams, first base coach, fired up. It was a delayed double steal as Gage Maggard held up the infielders. But then, after the look toward home plate, where Chase Rutherford scored, Maggard was able to get back to first. 1-0 in favor of Hamilton Little League. This in the air to left field. Not a problem for Dylan Marr. And that's two outs in the Ohio second.
Third baseman, number 1, Brady Bauman.
Brady Bauman now comes to the plate, hitting the eighth position for Ken Coomer's lineup. Ohio's been through a few injuries at this point. The winner of this game is coming back tomorrow for a big winner's bracket game. Loser will be off for a day. We'll play again on Tuesday. Brady B.B. Bauman. In the dirt, runner headed to second. Goes a wild pitch. Another scoring opportunity for Hamilton. And this is a team with an explosive offense that can take advantage. Good pitch there. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brady's parents, Emily and Byron, and he's a big-time Kid fan, Ken Griffey. Headed to right field, but not deep enough, certainly. A second baseman, Joe Fentritz, in perfect spot. Inning is over. A run, a hit, a stolen base. Middle of the Kentucky lineup. In a moment.
Game total 24.
24. Pretty good little game so far. Okay. Good elements. Elements. We will do that. Well, remember this, 2019 Great Lakes Region Championship.
Play at the plate, not in time. It's 2-0.
And a lot of errors allowed.
3-0 Bowling Green.
Bowling Green to jump out early, 3-0. Drop fly ball and left added to it.
Tagging is Newman.
And before it was over, it was all Kentucky as Bowling Green moved on to Williamsport.
Could end it.
With the final out. Ray Matvick and Chris Burke with a call on ESPN. The final was 15-6. Why does that seem like it was 20 years ago? It was the last tournament being held in 2019. And the kids there are the kids that the Bowling Green, Kentucky team here looked up to. Formed some great friendships. In fact, those kids who made it to Williamsport have come back to give back to the current Bowling Green team to help them along in their effort to get to Williamsport. Rutherford with a catch off the line drive of James Yarborough. 1 out in the Kentucky second. To the plate, Big D, Dylan Marr.
The left fielder, number 7, Dylan Marr.
His manager, Kerry Page, says super athlete, good instincts. Takes the first pitch for a ball. To right field. And unable to come up with the ball. Ryan Rogers gave it all he had. It will go as a base hit. We'll check that chance. Rutherford in right field. And so 1 on in the Kentucky second and the first hit of the game for Bowling Green. Now Lucas Peterson. Winner of this game gets Illinois tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Loser will move on to the 10 o'clock game on Tuesday against an opponent to be named, depending on how things work out. Good breaking ball. J.J. Vogel has mixed up his pitches nicely so far. Ahead 2 strikes. Has 2 strikeouts. Both came in the first inning. Waste pitch there, ball and 2 strikes. JJ pitched a full game to win the Ohio Little League Championship. Headed to short. Force at second for 1 double play. Play to Maggarts, to Jones. And a fired up Ohio West Side team completes the second.
Kentucky in the home half of the second.
Welcome back to the Little League World Series on ESPN, presented by T-Mobile. Jim Barber with you today on ESPN Plus. This is game 4 of 16 leading up to the semis and the finals on ESPN, and it's Hamilton, Ohio 1, Bowling Green, Kentucky nothing. As we get to Crew Brown, the center fielder, in the 9th spot to lead off the Ohio third. Here's the kid named Crouton. Five brothers, Aiden, Rowan, Declan, Cash, and Lennox, ages 8 to 16. Back to the top of the order, and J.J. Vogel, after Mr. Brown, makes his appearance. And he's behind 2 strikes. Well, as you saw by the highlights and the graphic earlier, Kentucky and Ohio are kind of 2 of the superpowers in this region, having made the most appearances and really having dominated some of the bigger games. They're squaring off early. With the modified double elimination format we had in our opening, understand that whoever loses this game is still alive, but becomes more difficult as you have to work through the loser's bracket and typically play more games. Justin Capps, who will work from a stretch, his 3rd inning of work. Didn't miss by much.
There you go, Cappy. Way to go, 1-4.
Misses on the inside corner. And the count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crew Brown's parents are Nick and Shannon. As he loves playing the game of wiffle ball. And some of these kids have had a chance to do that while there's been a break in the action. Headed to left field. Base hit. Camden Page came up with it, but no chance to make a throw. And for the 2nd inning in a row, Ohio gets the leadoff hitter aboard.
Number 11, the pitcher, J.J. Vogel.
Back to the top, and J.J. Vogel grounded out to Page in the 1st inning to start the game. Jonathan Johnny Joe Vogel. Says 2 of the coolest places for him to visit. Boot Lake, Wisconsin. What a great name, huh? And Morris Lake, Tennessee.
Oh, come on, Kenny.
Past his 3rd base coach and manager, Ken Coomer. A little in-game instruction. Hard to tell today whether it was the Ohio coaches or the Ohio players more anxious to get out there after nearly a 2.5-week absence. First of 4. Late swing, 2 strikes. Coming up later in this region, Wisconsin and Michigan, 1 Eastern, 12 Central. If you're watching in the Mountain Time Zone, 11 a.m. That's folks in South Dakota. Parts of it are. Here's a 1-2. Off-speed pitch and a dandy. 2nd strikeout for pitcher Justin Capps. 1 out in the 3rd. pitcher to pitcher here,
Shortstop,
and he
number
froze
10,
J.J. Vogel
Cooper
with the
Clay.
off speed. Cooper Clay, who lined out to the pitcher, batting for the second time. No check at first base, ball one. And now we have a verification of that. Cooper has an interesting emoji. It's an arm muscle making a bicep. 2 balls, no strikes. Winner of this game has a quick turnaround. Face Illinois tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern. They'll gladly take it. Off to 2-0, that misses, 3-0. Gavin Saylor, who was retired the first time for one of the few times he's been retired in tournament play, would hit next. And he'll hit with 2 men aboard. We invite you to find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the official handles at Little League. Follow the action, join the conversation at hashtag LLWS. Jim Barber with you for the first of 4 today. 2 in the Great Lakes and winners bracket games in the Midwest at 10, 1, 4, and 7 Eastern time. Could have a substitution here. In the meantime, we have a conversation going on between infielders and pitcher.
Pitching change for Kentucky.
And we'll make a pitching
After
change.
throwing 38 pitches with a threshold count of 35. Number 14, Justin
We'll be
Capps,
back.
now playing second base. Moving from second base to left field, number 4, Joseph Fintress. Moving from left field over to center field, number 7, Dylan Marr. And moving from center into the mound, 00, James Yarbrough.
Kentucky manager Kerry Page lifted Justin Capps, the starting pitcher, after reaching a 35 pitch plateau. Anything beyond that means a couple of days of rest. Now, because it was at 35, you'll have to rest just 1 day by Little League pitching eligibility numbers. In the meantime, Jamesy Yarbrough coming on. He's in a bit of a spot.
Number 7, Gavin
2 on for
Saylor.
Ohio, 1 out, and its most dangerous hitter at the plate. Left-handed swinger waving the bat, trying to expand Ohio's lead. Line drive shortstop, 2 outs. Cam Page in a perfect spot. And Gavin swinging at the first pitch is retired for the second time. It's a big out.
Number 9, right fielder, Chance Rutherford.
Now Chance Rutherford to the plate. Right fielder doubled in the second inning, stole a base and scored what has been the only run. Good game so far here in the top of the third, 1-0. Well, Mr. Yarbrough follows Mr. Capps with the cap in the back as opposed to the front. Headed to short, could end the inning. Good job of relief pitching as James Yarbrough comes on to get 2. Ohio threatens in the third, does not score. Bottom of the order for Kentucky after break. Mason Cosby's the story about his tumor, so we can get into that. He's going to bat third in the inning. He's batting third in the inning. Yep. We'll do that when he comes to the plate. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Unless they pinch hit for him. And if that's the story, we'll just hold on it because he'll play. Our game last night went 2 hours, the last one. So do you have the 2 by day and Tommy 2 by night, or do you have all 4 today? Okay. Gotcha. So you guys are sticking to regions. That's good. Sunshine, temperatures upper 80s, may touch 90 before the day is over. Here in Whitestown, Indiana, the brand new Little League complex that finished up just about a month before today, a little bit more than a month. Riley Aller, the catcher, will lead off the Kentucky third. His team trailing 1-0. And J.J. Vogel, to this point, has retired or faced the minimum in 6, got a double play to end the second, is allowed a hit and struck out a couple. Riley would be 12 years of age, actually 13 years of age on September 11th, 9/11. Be the 20-year anniversary of that horrific date. His manager, Kerry Page, says he's really taken well to the job of catching. Parents are Jonathan and Amber. To be followed by Bryant Rogers and Mason Cosby. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnny Joe Vogel on the mound. A grounded to third, and it's going to go into left field and a hit. Freddie Bauman tried to come up with it, couldn't do it. And a good start now to the Kentucky third. It's a tough play and a tough hop. Goes as a base hit.
The right fielder, number 8, Bryant Rogers.
And so Bryant Rogers now steps in. Bryant, whose parents are Matt and Leslie, comes from baseball royalty. His great uncle was Cy Barger, Jamestown of Kentucky, played pro ball beginning in 1906. That one gets away. Wild pitch. Runner on the second with nobody out. Cy Barger actually in the history of Bryant Rogers pitched for both teams in Brooklyn, the Pittsburgh Rebels, and in 3 different leagues. So he comes from some baseball history. Back then you had the American, the National, and the Federal League more than 100 years ago. 2 balls, no strikes on Rogers. Mason Cosby follows next. 3-0. Warren County South, a winner over Owensboro South, 13-3 in the title game in Kentucky on July 21. On 4 pitches, Bryant Rogers is aboard. Stepping to the plate, an amazing story. A miracle, as his coaches call it. Mason Cosby, at age 8. He suffered some headaches, led to a CT scan, which indicated a mass located on the base of his brain, a 3.5 centimeter tumor. Surgery followed at Vanderbilt's Children's Hospital for 2.5 hours. The great news, the tumor was removed. It was benign. He actually made a road trip to Make-A-Wish in Chicago. He didn't get a chance to see his heroes who were playing for the Cubs at that time, Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant. Well, what a difference life has made for young Mason. When play resumes, he'll step up there with 2 on and nobody out. And you might expect the 9-hitter to lay one down. Let's see if, in fact, that's what manager Kerry Page has in mind. Riley Aller singled to start. Brian Rogers walked on 4 pitches. Nobody out in the Kentucky third. Not showing bunt, ball 1. So now JJ has missed on 5 straight. About ready to turn the Kentucky lineup over to Camden Page, who's waiting and on deck. Now 2-0. See if the take sign is on here, as JJ Vogel is struggling to find the strike zone. Most managers will not help out a pitcher and tell his batter, take a pitch. 2-1. 33 pitches on the day so far for JJ Vogel. When his counterpart Justin Capps reached 35, he was pulled. Out in front of home plate, only play first base. Well done by Mason Cosby. Runners now in scoring position with 1 out in the Kentucky third. So the number 9 hitter does his work. Riley Aller to third, Brian Rogers to second. We'll see how manager Ken Coomer of Ohio plays it defensively as Camden Page steps in. Right now short and second, back in their normal positions. The same for third and for first. That one gets away, runner headed home, and he is safe. Game tied. This pitch bounced in front of the catcher and difficult to handle for Davidson. Will go as a wild pitch, ties the game, and now the go-ahead run for Kentucky is at third base. This inning began with a base hit, then a walk, a sacrifice, and a wild pitch that ties the game. As Riley Aller scores, and now Brian Rogers 60 feet away from the lead. But nice job of pitching by JJ Vogel. And there are 2 outs in the Kentucky third. I'll leave it up to number 4, Joseph Fentress. Or Fentress, if you will.
Joseph Fentress.
Says, can you give a shout out to my brothers Thomas and Matthew? Well, why not, huh? 0-1. His younger brother is Thomas Fentress, who serves as a DJ for Inspiration for the Kentucky team. His name is Thomas Fresh, DJ Thomas Fresh. So if you're looking to hire somebody in the Bowling Green area, he's your man, or young man in this case. Count 2 balls, no strikes. 1 in the Ohio second. Kentucky is tied it in third, now trying to go ahead for the first time. The winner gets Illinois tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. And the loser will face the loser of Michigan and Wisconsin at 10 Eastern Tuesday morning. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Justin Capps scheduled to bat next. Kentucky has 4 players serving on bench. 5 for Ohio. All will get a chance to be a part of this Little League experience today. Wild pitch. Runner going to try to score. Throw home. He is safe. So the benefit of 2 wild pitches has allowed Kentucky to take the lead. This also goes as ball 4. And that'll bring up Justin Capps, who started this game on the mound for Kentucky.
Second baseman, 14, Justin.
And he has moved over to the second base spot. Kentucky will have a couple of other defensive changes we'll tell you about when they take the field in the 4th, as Maggarts and Marr will be moving around as well. Gage Maggart will move to left field, and Marr will be in center field. As we mentioned, Mr. Capps now at second base, taking a called strike. Bottom of the order coming through for Kentucky. And don't forget about Mason Cosby's sacrifice bunt. A lot of pitches in this inning for Jonathan Vogel. Not only has his pitch count been driven up, Kentucky has been able to score twice. Two and 2 with 2 outs. Kentucky 2-2, runs and hits. Ohio run on 2 hits. 25 pitches this inning alone for JJ. Trying to avoid any further difficulty. Looking ahead to the Ohio 4th, Maddox Jones, Gage Maggart, Noah Davidson are scheduled to bat. Count full. After the pitch, runner on the move. Runners at first and second. 3rd walk of the inning. Kentucky stays alive with a schedule hitter, James Yarborough. And 0-0 will step to the plate. Parents are Bo and Clarizel.
James Yarborough.
James, he's the kind of guy, his manager says, just keeps everybody loose. Team needs a player or 2 like that. Lightning on the bases, though, and hard to double up, although there are 2 outs in the inning. He's a fan of the Dodgers' Mookie Betts, who homered the other night against the Los Angeles Angels in his favorite vacation spot, Cayman Islands. Down a strike here with 2 outs in the last of the 3rd. Back to the pitcher. Inning over, but for Kentucky, a couple of runs. And its first lead. We're halfway through game 1 of 4 today. Marathon Baseball on ESPN+.
Total 51, 5-1.
Okay. You got it.
If you love this game, this is one of the great days of the year.
Those kids will never forget that the rest of their lives.
Players take a trip down memory lane just a bit.
For me, I always wanted to come here. I never got to come here. Cool experience.
To be a part of these kids' memories forever is going to be really special for us.
Little League Classic will pit the Indians of Cleveland and the Angels of Los Angeles. A lot of the kids listing on their bios the stars from both teams. Maybe one or both of these teams will be in Williamsport to get a chance to be greeted by them.
Tyler Donges.
Tyler Donges will pitch hit to start the Ohio fourth, down by a run, 2-1. Defensively for Kentucky now, Fentress, Marr, and Rogers left, center, and right. Mason Cosby, Cam Page, Caps, and Peterson third to first, and it's Yarborough and Riley Allard pitching. This is the second base, and Caps one away. So one out in the Ohio fourth. Levi Smith will get a chance to bat.
Pitch hitting for Ohio, number 4, Levi Smith.
Parents are Carrie and Stephen. He's a drummer by trade. Says when things get back to normal, on to Kings Island. Good spot for a kid to have fun. Takes strike one. Noah Davidson is set to bat next unless there's another pinch hitter. James Yarborough in relief of Justin Caps, who was yanked after pitch 35, so the rest wouldn't be significant rest of the week. Kentucky did a nice job of working the count in its half of the third. Came up with 3 walks. See how Ohio plays it here in the fourth. 3-1. Act 2 of our 4-act stage today, Wisconsin and Michigan. Coming up in 2 hours. And aboard here in the Ohio fourth is Levi Smith. Caleb Harden will bat for Noah Davidson. His uncle played in the Marlins farm system. Parents are Stephen and Christina. Part of his routine, good luck, if you will, gets to the park early to work on hitting with his dad. Oftentimes we'll see stoppage in play over substitutions, but Ryan, it appears that equipment is the issue. As Riley Allard is going to get set up a little bit better. Just about good to go and now all set.
Let's go, James.
So tying run at first base. Go ahead run officially at the plate for Caleb Harden. Showing bunt, strike one. COVID protocol has a couple of things in place here. Once the game is over, fans are asked to leave the stadium. Fans for the following game not to appear at least until an hour beforehand. Popped up and caught. And 2 outs in the inning. And also when players end the game, as opposed to sportsmanlike handshakes, they basically give each other away by way of Little League requests. We're still a little ways off before the end of this one. Nice play by the catcher, Aller, who just got his equipment adjusted.
Hitting for Ohio, number 12, Cooper Oden.
Here's Cooper Oden. Comes the fourth pinch hitter in the Ohio inning. Sounds a coop in the background. Heads to second base and caps. Inning is over. Ohio strands one. On to the bottom of the fourth.
For Ohio in the top of the fourth inning, no runs, no hits, one runner left on base. Pitch count for James Yarbrough in the inning, 11. Game total, 14, 1-4.
Well, I would say Kentucky's pitching strategy is working nicely. To the Kentucky, last of the fourth, and Big D, Dylan Marr stepping in. Loves hunting for arrowheads.
Fourth inning for Kentucky, center fielder number 7, Dylan Marr.
So when things get back to normal, I'm headed to a Major League Baseball game. Why not?
Defensive changes for Ohio. Now pitching number 12, Cooper Oden. Re-entering the game at second base, 13, Gage Maggard. Re-entering the game at first base, number 2, Maddox Jones.
Gage Maggard, Maddox Jones back defensively for Ohio. 2 balls, no strikes.
Adjustment for Ohio, now playing left field, number 9, Chance Rutherford. Now playing third base, number 7, Gavin Saylor. And now playing right field, 11, J.J. Vogel.
J.J. Vogel moves from left to right now, as Ohio has a slew of changes. And 3 balls, no strikes. Kentucky very patient at the plate, has already drawn 3 walks. All came in a very productive third inning in which it took the lead. And Dylan Marr on base for the second time today. We invite you to catch all the excitement from the Little League Baseball and Softball World Series tournaments. Please visit the first ever virtual Fan Zone experience. Visit littleleague.org/fanzone. Softball Little League World Series about to commence in Greenville, North Carolina. Teams from here who played about a week ago. Missouri and Indiana will represent the region. And Missouri ran the table in Daniel Boone Softball Little League, not losing a game while it was here. Ethan York's a great story. Ambidextrous. See that very often. Takes a pitch for a strike, a ball, and a strike. Kentucky hitters have done a nice job of working Ohio pitchers deep into counts. Because of the pitching restrictions and limitations, could put Ohio in a bit of a fix. The winner is back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. The loser back on Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Strike 3. Does not serve as a drop third, even though Ethan York ran to first base nonetheless, because first base was occupied. 1 out. Nice here, nice pitch here by
Kentucky, 27, Dylan
Coop.
Fair.
Got him with an off speed. That'll bring up Dylan Fair as a pinch hitter. Ric Flair. It's a great story. His dad growing up was actually named Ric Flair as well, because it just seems to rhyme with fair. And so now, like father, like son, as the son has taken nicely to the name. And fact, when Dad used to enter an area, they'd do the woo at him in honor of the great wrestler, and Dylan apparently gets the same thing. So if Dylan wasn't aware of Ric Flair and who he was or is, he is now. 2 balls and a strike. Ohio pitchers continue to fall behind the Kentucky hitters. 2-2. Glancing at the Ohio fifth, bottom of the order, and then back to the top. Team that's averaged well over 12 runs a game, limited to just 1 today. Off speed, got him. So a nice comeback by Cooper Oden after being behind. 2 outs, 2 strikeouts for him.
Hitting for Kentucky, number 9, Zach Owsley.
And Zach Owsley will step in here as a pinch hitter.
Let's go, man.
Parents are Chuck and Amy. Said 2 older brothers have taught him well the game of baseball. He's telling us in his bio he once laid down a bunt and wound up on third base. It can happen. Happens in the majors too. People start to throw the ball around and you extend the bat, goes a few feet, the ball, and you're on your way. Off speed, fouled, 2 strikes. Cooper Oden doesn't throw particularly hard, but does mix his change of speed pitches nicely. And after coming from behind to get Riley Aller, he's well ahead of Zachary Owsley. Champions of Warren County, South Little League, Great Lakes, and Hamilton West Side. West Side has been state champs 10 times in the last 12 years. 36 consecutive district titles since 1985. Right now, business in hand is try to win the first in the region. Get to the winner's bracket tomorrow morning. Missed, 3-2. So after the pitch is thrown, Dylan Morrow will be on his way around the bases. Three balls, 2 strikes, bottom 4. Competitive game, 2-1 Kentucky. The pitch. 5th base on balls to Kentucky batters. And an opportunity now for Noah B. Rowland to step in as a pinch hitter. Mom and Dad are Chrissy and Bob. The manager says hard worker, infectious attitude, and selfless with his time. Big spot here. Noah turned 12 years of age on July 17. And it's interesting, while there are no international teams in Williamsport this year because of COVID restrictions on long-distance travel from foreign countries, this kid says he looks forward to seeing international teams come back. The best of the world against the best of the U.S. And if you remember 2019, Louisiana defeated Caraco, shutting them out 8-0. Not only to win a U.S. title, but the international championship as well. One ball, 2 strikes. On the bounce towards short. Short way, inning over. Assist to Clay. On to the 5th. Still a 1-run game. Drew Brown is the intended batter to start the inning. Then back to the top end, J.J. Vogel.
2 runners left on base. Pitch count for Ohio's Cooper Oden, 24-4.
Okay.
Defensively for Kentucky, re-entering at first base, number 1, Lucas Peterson. Re-entering at catcher, number 3, Riley Aller. Re-entering at right field, number 8, Bryant Rogers.
Been handed to Kentucky batters today, yet just 2 runs have scored. And we start now the Ohio 5th, down to its last 2 innings.
Pinch hitting for Ohio to lead off the 5th inning, number 3, Chase Moak.
Chase Moak, who was added to the team latter part of this year as injuries took over, getting a chance to bat for the first time, and he takes a called strike to start the Ohio 5th. Hometown, as you might expect, Hamilton, Ohio. Left-handed hitter. J.J. Vogel and then Cooper Clay, the scheduled hitters in the top of the Ohio order in the inning. Bats have been cooled off so far today. Let's see what Hamilton can do in the latter 2 innings or more. Contrast to the 5 walks given to Kentucky, just 2 have been yielded to Ohio hitters. Swing and a miss. 1 out, the Ohio 5th. James Yarborough on the mound in relief for starting pitcher Justin Capps. There's his 2-strike delivery. Good movement on the ball. Pitched a very efficient 24 or 18 throws so far since coming in the game. Back to the top, and today's starting pitcher initially J.J. Vogel, 0 for 2. Grounded to short and struck out. In addition to the 64 runs Ohio scored without allowing a run in district, scored in state 7, 9, 15, 1, and 6. This hot-hitting team has been cooled off, however, to this point. Late swing, 1 and 2. Cooper Clay will bat next. Yarborough looking in for his side and ready to deliver. Beauty of this double elimination format is whoever loses this game still has time to regroup. In fact, it will have a day off Monday, and we'll play again Tuesday morning against the loser of our second game today between Wisconsin and Michigan. And if you're not aware, for any reason, 2 teams from this region and 2 from Midwest region play will move on to Williamsport as opposed to 1 due to the fact that international travel is not allowed to Williamsport this year. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 for James Yarborough since coming on in relief of Justin Capps. Justin was pulled after 35 pitches. Mr. Yarborough has been quite good, painting the outside corner. Home plate umpire Kyle Watson rung him up. Now Cooper Clay to shortstop. That's a strike. Difference in this game may very well be the unforced errors that Ohio has committed, mostly on the mound. Kentucky, in its championship win, jumped right on Owensboro South in the first, scoring 5. And that game ended nicely for them, 13-3. Between the 10s and the 12s of Kentucky, which have won state titles this year, there are 4 brothers. So besides getting a little help from a team that went on to Williamsport a couple of years ago, that's some good family relationships to depend on trying to advance. 3 balls, 1 strike. A look down at manager Ken Coomer. Coached in 2010 and 2019. Took his team to Williamsport in 2010. Tying run now aboard. Second time today, Cooper Clay has walked. Let's see if they want to move him on the bases.
The third baseman, number 7, Gavin Saylor.
Gavin Saylor has been cooled off today. Struck out and lined out. After going 13 of 19 in state play. Still a very potent back for Ohio. Swinging strike 1. Kentucky's last hit came in the third, infield single. Got 2 on in the second, scored. 2 on in the third, failed to score. Man on in the fourth. Now here in the fifth. 1 out with 2 outs. And 2 strikes trying to go the opposite field. Saylor says for good luck, prayer, and devotion. Down to 2 strikes, trying to convert and get his team into a tie. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts in the Ohio fifth. James Yarborough strikes out the side and preserves a 2-1 lead for Kentucky.
James Yarborough of Kentucky in the inning 18. Game total 32-3-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, before leaving, please make sure you have all your possessions. We ask that you dispose of your trash in the proper containers as you exit the stadium. For your convenience, trash cans are located around the complex. The maintenance volunteers thank you for helping keep the complex beautiful. Should you find you lost
That's
something,
fine.
inquiries about lost articles should be directed to a Little League staff member. Thank you.
So what are you showing again? What are you showing at me again or showing us again? Okay. Okay.
What a summer, what a season.
No regrets. Swing it, baby, swing it.
It is dropping, the dive, and the catch is made.
Whatever happens, guys, again, it's going to be a great day. Very proud of you guys. Let's have some great fun today. Huh?
And 2 teams from the Great Lakes region will be moving on to Williamsport. State champions from Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and Bowling Green, Kentucky. You will see Michigan and Wisconsin state champions in a little more than 90 minutes here on ESPN Plus. Jim Barber back with you.
Number 30, Camden Page.
Cam Page will lead off the bottom of the fifth for Kentucky. He is 0 for 2 in the game, grounded out to short. Stoppage in play, something near the first base dugout of concern or outside of it. Umpires on top of it, we're okay. Once again, it's Kyle Watson behind home plate. Jamie Hinojosa at first, Scott Strachey second, and Prince Lowe is the third base umpire. All volunteers giving their time, talent, and treasure to Little League Baseball. Cam Page to be followed by Joseph Fentress and Justin Capps. Can Ohio add to its 2-1 advantage in a game that's featured very few hits? Cooper Oden in relief. Struck out 2 in the Kentucky fourth to get out of any danger after walking a couple. Behind here 2-0. Now 3-0. Now 3 balls and a strike. Indiana and Illinois not slated to play until tomorrow. So they basically have drawn byes. And Illinois gets the winner of this one between Ohio and Kentucky. Popped up on a 3-1 pitch to left field. Chase Rutherford, 1 out. Outfield now, Rutherford in left.
Number 4,
Brown
left
in center,
fielder,
J.J. Vogel in right.
Ventress.
Gavin Saylor third base, Clay at short. Gage Maggard second. Jones at first, and Oden and Harden, pitcher and catcher. Joe Fentress now to the plate. Joy to talk to the coaches about their relationship with their sons. Said it's huge joy to get a chance to coach them, and while they have to separate sometimes dad from coach, a lot of times they will spend time not discussing in great detail what's happened in the game on the ride home and waiting things to cool off a little bit. And it seems to work nicely. Coaches vary on how they treat their kids, but almost to a man in our conversations late night, a couple nights ago, they seem to feel they're a little harder on their own person. And they know that because they're familiar with their sons, they can tell them things, perhaps even quieter than most, to get the word across that they might not be able to say to other players who may be a little more sensitive because they don't have that father-son relationship. 2-2 off speed. Did he go? Yes, sir. 2 outs now in the Kentucky fifth. Looking ahead to the Ohio sixth, middle of the lineup.
14, the second baseman, Justin Capps.
Check swing and at first base. Umpire Jamie Hinojosa said he went around. Here's Justin Capps, 0 for 1 and a walk. So the middle of the Ohio lineup in the top of the sixth, down at least 1. Cappy wears the red cleats in honor of his hero, Mike Trout, whom he hopes to see in Williamsport as the Angels play the Indians. Little League Classic. So much fun to see how the Little Leaguers emulate their heroes in Major League Baseball. Getting a chance to meet him up close and personal? Well, that depends if they're one of the qualifiers. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the Kentucky fifth. Nobody on base. Let's see what Coop Oden, who wants to be an undercover cop in his future, comes through with on 3 and 2. Popped up and caught. Nice play by Jones at first base. So the drama picks up. Last chance for Ohio. Trailing by 1 as we head to the 6th.
Of Ohio. In the inning, 16. Game total 40. 4-0.
For the safety and well-being of all teams, families, volunteers, and visitors, we kindly ask anyone experiencing COVID-19 symptoms or who have been within close contact with someone who has tested positive for COVID-19 within the past 14 days to refrain from being in our complex. Thank you for your help and cooperation.
Last opportunities for Hamilton, Ohio in a 6-inning game, trailing 2-1. Jim Barber back with you. Set the stage here. And what's at stake? The winner to the winner's bracket tomorrow morning to face Illinois, which drew a bye. The loser will have to fight out of the loser's bracket against the loser of Michigan and Wisconsin coming up next in 90 minutes. Enthusiastic group, big crowd on hand as we approach the 6th. Chance Rutherford, who has scored the only run and had one of the 2 Ohio hits at the plate. And Practical Jokers, his favorite television show. 2 strikes. Scheduled to hit in this inning, Chance Rutherford, Maddox Jones, Gage Maggart. Combination of Justin Capps and James Yarborough cooling off those Ohio bats, which were sizzling out of state. Off the pitcher's glove, gonna be a tough play. Ball gets away and runner headed to second. And what a start here in the Ohio 6th. Was gonna be a tough play to begin with, but got magnified by the overthrow. And now the tying run is at second base with nobody out. So it's a base hit and an error charged to James Yarborough. And Chance Rutherford's at second. Going to likely have a pitching change here as the threshold of 35 has been reached.
Triple hero James Yarborough leaves the mound after throwing 35, 3-5 pitches.
And for Kentucky, Cambino, Camden Page will try to shut Ohio down.
Dylan Marr. Moving from left field to second base, number 4, Joseph Ventress. Now playing shortstop, number 14, Justin Capps.
Well,
And taking over
we
on
may
the
be
hill,
going
shortstop,
nowhere.
number 30,
I
Camden
put that
Page.
closed copy away. Yeah, I finally understand it. And this thing hasn't changed over the years either. Actually, you can't, I don't think you can show this enough, particularly when teams are making changes. You know, I mean, It's the basis of Little League in its protection of pitchers. Yep. Little League Baseball, in part, is about protecting the pitcher, and therefore, days of rest are required after a certain amount of pitches made. Allow kids to regroup, heal up if necessary. And Cambino, Camden Page, is on to try to close the door and win it for Kentucky. He will enter with a man at second base, nobody out. His favorite team's a hot one right now, the Cincinnati Reds, who've been taking the Philadelphia Phillies apart at Great American Ballpark. This inning began when Chance Rutherford got one off the glove of James Yarborough. When Yarborough picked it up to throw from a short distance, he threw it away. He is in the distance there, wearing number 9, representing the tying run. Big spot for Ohio, just 3 hits on the game, but that was a big one. Complicated by the error. Strike 1. Maddox Jones hitting for the second time today. Grounded out to third base, back in the second. Two strikes. It's Marr, Yarborough, and Rogers left center to right. Cosby, Capps, Joe Fentress, Peterson at first base. Defensively for Kentucky, and Page and Aller, the battery. 0-2 pitch. Cambino's coming with some heat. Trying to keep Ohio at bay and win this here in the 6th. 1-2 delivery. Now 2-2. Coming up at 1 Eastern, 12 Central, Wisconsin and Michigan. This is the first of 4, and it's been a good one. 1 out in the Ohio 6th.
Re-entering the game for Ohio.
Cam Page is bringing it.
Levi Smith.
Levi Smith, who walked in the 4th, to the plate for the second time. Trying to find a way to move Chance Rutherford around. Strike 1. Cam Page is throwing bullets. Trying to close this one out. Two strikes. Bowling Green, Kentucky, they went through an exhibition just a few days ago against a team from Georgia. That is a foul ball. Just to get some live hitting in, some live defense pitching. Doubleheader with the team that played Tennessee yesterday. As Georgia and Kentucky, their teams not separated by a ton of miles. Count remains 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 6th. Ohio needs 1 to extend the game and 2 to take the lead and extend it as well. Again, the 0-2 pitch. Some early drama in the first of 4 games today, and a long but productive day of Little League Baseball. 2 outs. Throws Maddox Jones, second strikeout for relief pitcher Cam Page, and he's 1 out away. Still the tying run remains at second base.
The catcher, Noah Davidson.
And here's Noah Davidson, last hope for Ohio. Some of the Kentucky fans starting to stand with all this drama. Ball one. Chance Rutherford reached second base to start this inning. He remains at second. Now everybody behind home plate standing. To short, this could end the game. Out, game over. The play will be reviewed by Little League Baseball and its provisions. Celebration right now for Kentucky. Let's see if it stands. If it does, Kentucky wins. If it doesn't, it gets reversed. Game is tied. Caps with a throw from short. It was high. First baseman Peterson doing everything he could to stretch out, and now it will be under review, as all plays that conclude a game are. Well, folks, what do you think? Off the bag initially, then on the bag. Wasn't in time to get Noah Davidson streaking down to first base. Well, what a way to end the game, potentially, huh? Call on the field is out at first base. And that is the ball game. Kentucky wins it 2-1.